He's just gonna have to touch it and it's gonna come. Get out of the way! This is a look from below. This is our beautiful homemade house next to a beautiful nature-made pine. And so we got to clear that poplar out of the way and a few other little fir trees for our power shed. And take it away.
Yeah, beautiful trees. We'd hope to leave them standing. I'm glad we did leave the pine standing because it gave us shade while we were building the place for a couple of years. But I guess I will come to regret the decision if it hits the house now. So we shall see. Yeah. I think that was the hardest one, so probably it's clear now. Being so close to the building, we're gonna get a rope on it. So I've got this throw ball. Just something that I made myself, sewed up a little bit of deer hide. It's going to, it throws pretty nicely, and then I'll use this to haul up the heavier line. Try to get it over a branch. That one should be okay if we can get the ball back.
It's coming! Woohoo!
So we just clove hitch the lighter line. Onto the heavier line. So I passed the rope, the main haul rope, around the back of the tree, and then I'll pass it around itself. In this case I'm using a figure 8 follow through to make a loop. That'll give us a nice bite around the tree, up nice and high. Okay. Yeah, not much. Lots of holding wood because of all the tension.
Pardon?
It broke with lots of holding wood because of all the tension you had on it.
Yeah.
So I'll cut this 10 feet and we'll make some lumber out of it.
not try this at home. Or get a tripod and have your wife help. I said, or get a tripod and have your wife help you. I am a tripod. About as useful as a tripod. And not even as useful because I'm shaking. Uh-oh.
First boards in the new season. Always such a treat.
going up?
Yeah, going up.
The wind is picking up a little bit now, and Dave's just going up to trim a couple little branches. He's got his rope he's going to anchor himself to. I'm going to hold the ladder. It doesn't even fit. Ah! Oh.
Okay.
Yep. You hit the GoPro.
Did I?
Yeah.
Think it's okay?
I don't know. Yeah, 'cause that last big one hit me.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing, Lenny? Come on down. Come on, Nanny.
Okay, so we've got Kylan over here in the direction of pull where we want to lay the tree. Picked a nice spruce as an anchor, and so we'll get her set up here. So arborists might do this a little bit differently, but this system will definitely work, and it can be done with fairly inexpensive stuff that wouldn't be out of the ordinary in any outdoorsman's gear shed. So we've got a little bit of webbing for the anchor. And these little lightweight pulleys are extremely handy. So this one here, it's got these little wings or flanges at the sides. It's called a prusik minding pulley. You'll see its special purpose here in a second. So we'll run the rope through the pulley. We're going to create a 3-to-1 system here, also known as a Z-drag. So we're going to go up, and with this free bit of rope, we're going to grab the rope a second time and pull back on it. So we're not going to have enough rope here to get Kylan all the way back up to the top of the tree. So we can use bit of cord, and we'll tie a prusik knot. We're going to pass a bend of the light cord around the heavy rope, and then we're going to pass the tails of the light cord in through that bend. That'll be one pass, that's known as a girth hitch, but then we're just going to keep those tails going around a second time through that bend, a second time coming to the inside. And they'll pass them around a third time and in through that bend a third time. Again, each subsequent wrap is going towards the center. We can dress that up.
Not needed?
All right, okay. So this is a friction hitch. Once it's dressed up, it'll create that friction. So when we pull on the tails here, it's going to bite on the cord. But if we push on the knot itself, we can move it along. So we can position this wherever we want and pull on this cord at any point along its length. So I'll just finish this up into a closed loop. In this case, I'm going to use double fisherman's knot. So I've got my closed loop that I can pull upon. And I want to reduce the friction, so I'm going to put another pulley there. So this system now lets us haul on that rope, and we're going to put 3 times as much force on the tree. And when we run out of rope here, when our 2 pulleys meet each other, then we can just move our prusik along and get some more fetch. So Kylan's gonna have lots of strength here. She'll be, I mean, she's as strong as 2 regular women, so she'll be pulling with the strength basically of 6 regular women right now. So,
Just 2?
well, I mean, I didn't want to pump you up too much there, honey. But the system's gonna get really nice here when we add one more component to it. So as soon as Kylan kind of lets go, things go slack again, and if the tree starts going the other way, she may not, 6 regular people might not have enough strength to hold it. So we're going to use the strength of the spruce tree. Okay, so now we've got the whole system set up here. So I'm pulling using this prusik to grab the rope a second time to give myself that 3-to-1 advantage. This will be Kylan while I'm cutting. The prusik just slides over the rope as I pull. There goes a branch breaking.
Scared me.
So that's part of what we're trying to accomplish here, is just getting that rope cinched up on the tree a little better right now. So if the tree starts to go the other way, this prusik is going to automatically grab it. This one is a bit of a stiff cord, and it's not biting right away, so I think we're just going to swap it out for a slightly smaller diameter cord, and that should be a lot more responsive for Kylan. Okay, so we've got the new prusik on here. This one should be much more responsive. So again, I'll just show that demo. As I pull, the pulley is going to mind the prusik, which is what we expect it to do. And then as we release, Kylan can just give a little tug on the prusik to give it some tension. And then at that point, it's just going to get tighter and tighter. And that will automatically break the system. And then when she's ready to pull a bit more tension, she can pull on the tree a little bit more.
Boom.
If the tree starts to go the other way, it's not Kylan holding it, it's going to be the butt of this spruce tree holding it.
Bam.
Yeah, so just a couple of pulleys, a couple of carabiners, and some heavy rope. It's something that can be set up really easily. She's got the mechanical advantage of the 3-to-1, and she's got the brake there that's going to prevent the tree going back the other way.
Is it?
again with those boots, I guess.
Yeah, I was kneeling.
Ready? 1, 2.
Wow, that was really close to my camera.
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Well, next limb, sorry I lose my voice here. The next limb's going to head that way. So there's a little bit of cleanup. The tarp that we used to have over the generators needs to come down. And that limb should be easy. And then that's going to leave us with probably 2 of our more tricky limbs, which we'll definitely want to get ropes up nice and high on those because they're both leaning, a noticeable lean right over the house. So, yeah, it's going to be a stressful afternoon.
Danny's got his pie. Here it comes. Nice. I fell backwards. I was worried there for a second. I don't know, it just sort of looked like it was heading off towards the building.
Pulling out the big guns this morning. Oh yeah.
So we are down to the last 2 limbs before the big trunk of the tree. So we're doing pretty good. The last 2 limbs are, well, they're the largest, and they also have a bit of a lean towards the workshop. So we've got 2 ropes set up on the limb that we're taking down next. One as high as we could get it, and that's the one I'm going to be pulling on. And one is a little bit lower down because it was a Y. So we've got one rope that is just below the trunk of the Y, and we've fixed tension on it. Fiddling with the pie. Oh, there we go. All right. The pie's out. Making quite a big pie on the far side there. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. kind of nervous because he's spending a lot of time on the pie, so I don't exactly know what's going on. Okay, he's going for the back cut. Ooh, man. Oh, it's so windy. Oh my God, it's so windy. Come on. Just doing some trimming. Back to the back cut. Come on, baby. Oh. Shit. I think we need to pull this thing out.
One, two.
Yes.
1, 2.
Yes.
1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Let's keep doing her.
Oh, okay.
1, 2. Okay. I'll go cut her a bit more.
Yeah, I think so. Oh. I don't think you're gonna have to cut it much. Why did it have to get so windy? He's just gonna have to touch it and it's gonna come. I hope it comes this way. Here it comes. I just heard a crack. Get out of the way! Here it comes. Shit, yes, it's coming this way. Oh. Oh. I did it. Oh, that was scary.
Last one, most difficult one. Wish us luck.
Of course, a wind gust. So it is the next morning. It's a lot calmer now, and we're getting the last limb down, hopefully. Well, it's definitely coming down, but hopefully it comes in the right direction. This is it. It's a lot less windy. Oh, that's a beauty pie. Nice. Nice. Much nicer than last time. It's got quite the lean on it towards the house though. So the pie is basically... Nice work, hon! Nice work! The pie's base. Yeah. He's grabbing a wedge. I'll feel pretty dumb if this doesn't go the right way and we didn't take it down before we built the building. shadow cranes. Here we go. I'm waiting until he's finished his back cut before I pull. Just getting a wedge in. From here it doesn't look like he has much holding wood, but it could be an illusion. Kind of pinched a little bit. Looks like it pinched a little bit. Yep.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Oh yes, shit, there she comes.
1, 2.
Yes, she's coming the right way. Oh, thank God. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Just touched our A structure here.
That would have been catastrophic if we lost this thing. Major setback.
Yeah. What's underneath it would have been more.
Yeah, thank you. I was actually sitting back on the bar a little bit there.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. I even said it. It looked like it was pinching the bar a little bit.
Yeah, and then my back cut was coming in a little bit low on the one side, so I was worried about my backstop not being high enough, and the butt could have slipped off. But
On the house side, that's what it looked like you were getting. It looked like you weren't going to have much holding wood on that one side, the close side.
oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I actually stopped. That's when I took a look around and I saw what was going on. And then I fixed it up. But, yeah, probably the most nerve-wracking one.
Yeah, I know. When I was looking at your pie, I was like, "Oh, that's a nice pie." But then I was like, "Man, it's like to the house, basically." There's a lot of pulling that we needed to do.
I wasn't going to cut any more wood. I figured if we couldn't pull it, I was going for the winch and just keep pulling until it came over.
Yeah, yeah. It's a jungle.
Served us well.
Yep, told us it was windy. And when it was calm. Wow.
So the butt actually doesn't look too bad. I thought I was coming in a bit too low here on my back cut, and I wouldn't have this little step up, which is important as a backstop. Prevents the butt from slipping off the back, so I thought I was losing that, but there's enough height there to hold it. And yeah, as Kai was mentioning, I was cutting too much wood on this side. I've got a bit of a pie-shaped holding wood, but I took a look around and noticed that and started to correct that. And I broke a wedge. It's the first time I've seen that, so that added just another little something to worry about. But definitely a newfound appreciation for people that cut in awkward stances, because it's really it's the first time for me doing that, and yeah, it was just really hard to ensure everything was lining up the way I intended it to, and yeah, definitely much harder than just planting your 2 feet on solid ground and making your cuts. So Yeah, glad that came down the right way. Kylan's okay. Buildings are okay.
He just ran 20K today. Didn't even come inside for a drink. He got right onto his deer.